Hi out there in YouTube land. Hi there, guys. Welcome back, friends. We got a little bit of everything going on here. I think I'm in there. Might not be. Better get down. I gotta see how high that is. I don't know why I can't ever figure that out. It's above the plastic. My head's below the plastic, so we're doing good. Some gentleman asked me, I forget his name, and I should have wrote it down, but I'm delinquent that way, and most of you guys know that I'm a misfit. Wanted to know about the oiling that I said on those motors in there, and so I want to show that. And I was going to do it in a short, and then I thought, well, I didn't do any video of tell you guys have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. So you guys out there have a great Thanksgiving, and eat a lot of stuff so you don't have to go to work the next day. Most people don't have to go to work the next day anyway, and I think a lot are taking off today. I think today is Wednesday. I spent the last couple hours, at least 2 hours, cleaning up big like 6-inch limbs. I had several 6-inch limbs or better drop around the property from the storm we had yesterday. We got over 2¼ inches here, and I think Dan up at Back 40 sent it this way, or maybe Joe. I think Joe, I think you sent this to me, Ohio Woodburner, because I saw him working in the rain. Joe, go get yourself a raincoat. Spend some of your money, man. I said, if you don't, you can get wet and you can make it through that day, but you might get it cold the next day. So I kind of recommend, many years ago, it's up in the garage now, I looked at what the policemen wear. They stand out in direct traffic for hours on rainy days or snowy days. And they have these big, heavy yellow raincoats. And I bought one of those back, I might have bought it in the 80s, to be honest with you. And I still have it, and it's one of the best purchases I ever do. So, Joe, go get yourself a raincoat for a good quality one. Now, that thing probably weighs 10 pounds. And keep yourself dry so you don't catch a cold. We'd like to see you, on YouTube every day. Anyhow, back to this oiling thing. I was going to do a short on the, my mind is hard-working man. You know about zigzagging from things to things to things. I saw you the other day. Happy birthday. It's tough getting, well, it's actually easy getting senile. I do it well. It's just easiest thing I ever did. Hard-working man. Yeah, he did a thing on HDAD or something like that. Yeah, I got it. I never finished a project in my life. Everything is probably, this barn's probably missing a board too. No, I think I got them all up on this one. Just about every barn I got's got a missing board on it. I never put the last board up. I don't know why, but that's what it is. Back to this oiling thing. Let's see. I guess I got to wish happy Thanksgiving to Mark, ZZ, Eddie. Come on, it's coming with me. Buzzsaw Buzzy. Let's see who else. The guys down in Florida, Kelly. I don't know. Then Woodyard, in the Woodyard, Chris and Tony's Cool Tools. Happy Thanksgiving. Mac Yoakum, Thanksgiving, and Bill signed below his name. Thanks, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody that signed the saw. That thing now looks like it's going up. I'm losing it, guys. Yeah, it is. I can see it moving up now. What a cameraman. What a cameraman. Anyway, I brought up a load of, who else should I go after? Firewood in the furnace. Firewood. I should write them down. I can never remember them. Anyhow, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Now we'll get on to the show. The guy asked me about oil, and I was going to do a short. And I decided I hadn't wished everybody Thanksgiving if I hadn't already decided that's what this is all about. So I'm going to show you some oiling things. Because when I took that apart, old motors you could oil. New motors you can't oil. I don't know how to explain that because I'll tell you what caused that. The motors are over on the other side, and I can't get there from here. So I'll bring them over here. Old motors, they used to be able to oil them because they had bronze oil light bushings or something like that. I don't know what they were. These old motors are just backup motors that sit down in one of my parts departments. And this old taco motor. See this? I'll show them to you on another one. That's an oil port. It's for doing that. Now look at this. This thing, you can see how nasty this thing looks. But it's still working. There's an oil port there. And how you oiled them. This one here, now this is a B&G pump. Because my boiler's got old pumps on it. I think you can see that. That's an oil port. That's an oil port. That's what they are. And it just goes down to a bronze bushing down there. Actually, it goes into a wick, like a cotton wick. Now I'll show you a newer motor over here. This one's a newer B&G. Now what they did, nobody would oil them. They just sit there and run until they just dried up. See this new one? See this port? They never even put it in. So this one's got sealed bearings in it. Because nobody would oil them, they decided they put sealed bearings in them. Well, I don't know if you can hear this. I don't know if you can hear that growl. I won't know it till I get in there. But this is a newer motor. Ain't gonna last as long as these old ones. You just put oil in them, and once that wick in there gets wet, it stays wet for a long time. Now, in the boiler here, where my air fan is, I don't have a conventional fan in there. But this style motor here, okay, this is just something I dragged. That's an oil port right there. And what you do, I don't know if I got one here. Yeah, I got one here. I got, you could probably find this flex oiler. This flex oiler, and it's got a long tube on it. And you just, where did it go? There it is. You just put that down in there. I can't see if you're seeing on there. And it would get oil down into that bearing. Because it usually, now this one doesn't look like it goes down in there. That's what that's for though. Or that's what they're originally for. They might have put a sealed bearing in there. But on a lot of old motors, you put an oil, or maybe it just run down in there, I don't know. But a lot of old motors have that in there. Well, my fan in this boiler does. I'll put this back up here. I carry this thing with me. I oil so much stuff with this. And if I had a motor like this and it didn't have an oil port, I just put it in there like that. You can see the oil going in there. And I guarantee you it's going to help it. I can't spin it because of that. But you can see that it already soaked that oil in. And there's probably another one up in this front. You'd have to take this C-clip. It's not a C-clip, it's a spring clip in there out. Pull this off. And I'm sure this motor runs. Not real sure. Not even sure what voltage it is. It's kind of hidden there. I bet you if you plug it in, it will run. I think all these will run. That's my hopes anyway. I go grab them when I have a problem. So I'll show you on the boiler back here. These motors that I got here. I might have to take it off the. Now I've already oiled. I oiled them like the day before yesterday or something like that. So I'm not going to oil them again. Whoops! You guys landing in the pit. I got the light on. Now the old tacos can. I don't know if you can. I'm going to take this off and see if you can see my hand good when I take it off. See this? That's a little oil cap. Here's one. Then later on, they went to this. Okay? The crud gets down in there. There's supposed to be a little red plug in there. Here's another one. There's also one, I don't think you're going to be able to see it, in this front here. You can hear it click. Here's one in the front here. I guess if the light was in the other way. And here's old taco. Nice little thing. Here they just put a hole there. Just put a hole there. Just put a hole there. Well, these motors here have been on this thing. We're trying to figure the age of this boiler since I've been running it. And, you know, we can't come up with an age. I know we moved in here in '89 and probably 4 years later put this thing together. And when this first started out, it sat on the ground. Okay, and this lower whole half from this point down was not on here. That was all built back in, I think, 08 and 09 era, and redid it, and the lines, and redid all this stuff. I think there's a past video. I'll have to look for it to see if it's on there. This is all the control. These are all the controls for it. And this was a control box I built for it a long time ago, but I never, like I said, I never finished anything. There was reasons I didn't finish it. You know, I'm a numbers guy. The reason I didn't finish this, I was going to see how long these blowers, the motors ran, and my theory was, if this motor is running, then my fuel oil motor would be running, which is true. But because that's a direct heat off the heat exchanger in the furnace in there, that one wouldn't run as long as this one would run. So therefore it didn't give me the numbers that, it would not have given me the numbers that I wanted. So I never finished that. It would give me hours that each one of those pumps run. There's 4 different zones. We're running right now about 180, which is a little cooler than I used to run. I used to run it at 190, but I've cut it back. So anyhow, that's on the motors. I do recommend, here's another one of those oiler things. Let's see if I get over here in the light. It is a Clear View Flex Oiler, all-purpose lubricating. I think it's just 10-weight oil, but I buy them by a case at a time. They're inexpensive. I think they're 12 in a case, as I recall, and there's like 25 bucks, and it's worth it because, I mean, I put oil, you have a bolt, man, you just reach it down there and put that little tip on there. So now my projects are, I had to use some of my emergency wood out of there, which is a no-no, but because it was so wet, I couldn't get to this wood. This is, I haven't checked the moisture content in it, but it's 2 years dry, and it was kept in that plastic thing down there. I might check the moisture meter, and you aren't gonna get any drier than that. It's been cut, this is ash for 2 years, and I know a lot of people say ash is cash, oh, that's the best burning wood. I don't like it, guys. If I open that boiler right now, there's gonna be fly ash everywhere going out there, and it goes up there and it clogs my tubes up. Yeah, it clogs anything. Also, it smokes a lot more than the other wood. Doesn't last as long as the oak, but it heats. And today it's like 50 degrees out, so you don't need that much heat. So I'll burn it now. I'm gonna go get another load of oak down there and bring up. But my main goal today, I don't know what I did with the tripod. Oh, there it is. Main goal today, I have come to the conclusion, well, that I am not going to get my cement poured over here. Now, the only real reason I did not get my cement poured over here is because I'm cheap. That's the bottom line. I could have paid somebody $4,500 to do this, okay? But I just wasn't going to pay that much money. These people that are going out and doing, I don't know what you call it. I'm not going to crack on everybody, but I'm going to crack on anybody. Go out and do work on your house, okay? To come in and change a light switch in my house, it was going to cost 125 bucks. I had the switch, I did it, boom, okay? The people that are doing, I guess, is it blue collar work? I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't have very good, they want too much for what they do. When they wanted $4,500 to pour this concrete, and the concrete was going to cost $1,000. That was $3,500. There were going to be 2 of them come out and do it, and they said they could do it in a day. That's $3,500 a day. Labor. The cement was $1,000. I know that because I called up. There's a cement place up there. $3,500 a day. Forget it. I'm not going to do it, and that's just the way it is. So this is not going to get poured this year. I just finally. That's just the way it is. But it's more level than it was, and it's fairly cleaned out. What I'm going to do is, there's a door on here. I don't know if I can get it to close. Should be able to. Unless I ran it off the end. Oh yeah, I did. I ran it off the end, so I might not close that. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I used to have a stop up there, or I thought I used to have a stop up there. Maybe I never had a stop up there. Or oh, you know, I probably didn't. I probably ran it off so I could open it all the way. That's probably what it was. But it's a roller door which closes this whole piece back here. And I got to get all these leaves up. I haven't done these leaves yet. See that roller's off there? That's going to be kind of a bear to put up there, but I'll get it. I'm going to close this down and bring all the stuff that's down in the other area up here. And some of the stuff that's here, it's not supposed to rain tomorrow, so it doesn't make much difference whether I get that door closed tomorrow. I got the wood lathe, the oil thing, pressure washer, big bags of aluminum cans. Then I got 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 blades there that got to go up there. And then I'm going to start bringing up my firewood and re-put in here. It bothers me that I don't have my firewood in here. I got to do a little bit of work here. I see where this is smashed against that beam there, broke. This is all free stuff that I got from throwaways. Those were, what was that? Another big stick come down. They were side railings on ramps that went up to portables. When they threw them away, I kept them, and what that does is keeps more airflow around the wood there. So I like that. So I don't like that. I'm gonna next time I get the saw running. The saw's all closed down because of all the rain. I'm gonna cut some nice boards for there, so that looks a lot better. That looks, somebody's got a sawmill shouldn't have something that looks like that, but that's the mess that I am. Somebody looking for deer, I guess. Anyhow, so that's what I'm going to do. I am going to start moving the stuff back into here. And that's where it's going to sit for the winter, and maybe next year I'll get this done. This I want to turn into a wood shop. The reason I have the door there, I was going to put the big saw here, the big table saw. So if I had a real long board, I could start it out here and go all the way through with it. And I want to put the planer in here also. Well, I got a lot of that big wood equipment that's in the back. Couple big radial arm saws, 20-inch radial arm saws. I got the joiner, a bandsaw. I got the wood lathe, the wood lathe over there. So I got a bunch of junk that can go in here. And it's in the back, and I use it now. But every time I want to use it, I got to fire up the generator. I'm getting tired of that. There's see the gray line there. I got the wire and all that for that. I'm going to put another fuse panel in there. The poplar that I was sawing, I was thinking about, well, I'm going to, because I cut the bottoms off, I redo this wall here with that new poplar. So look at all the animal scratches here. Can you see that? I think I've showed that before. And what I find interesting here, look at all the holes in here from the bees. I've showed that before too. But where this galvanized is against there's no mold or whatever. Thought that was kind of interesting. Anyhow, that's what's going on here. So I am going to move that lathe, wood lathe, into here now. Move my wires. And then go get another load of wood and start moving sawmill blades over here and all that other stuff. I'll just line them against that wall so they're pretty far away from any snow that could blow in under here. So anyhow, I'm glad you stopped along. That's kind of what's going on. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and Happy Halloween, and happy all of them. So we'll see you later. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you want to see some of I think there's some old boiler photographs on YouTube. I'm going to look it up, and if I find the number, we put that together before YouTube, so there wasn't too much of that going on, but I have pictures, and I think I did a photo array of that thing going together. I'll look and see if I can find them, and if I do have one or find it, I'll put the number on there so you can kind of see the lower half of that thing going, well, the upper half too, when we were making the cement slab and stuff like that. And if I can't find it, I'll make a next rainy day video. So thanks for stopping along. I got some work to do before it gets too dark, and go back and look at the old videos, because there's a lot of good old videos. There's a lot of bad ones too. Got to be honest with you. You get the good with the bad, but you might find some stuff in there interesting. So thanks for stopping along. We'll see you later now. Bye-bye.